Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Hayley's Help. Today I thought I would do a laundry vlog for you guys. So I'm going to be showing you my laundry routine. I am a homemaker by trade, if that is a trade. It is a trade because us homemakers, we work freaking hard. So I'm going to be doing a laundry vlog. I hope you're all having an amazing Grace week. For those of you that haven't been here before, I do love to add a singing song to anything that I say. So if it rhymes with anything, I will normally sing it. That said, today is no exception. I've got my iron, and if this iron were a song, it would be the Iron of the Tiger. Because it is actually really good. The reason I like this iron is, I'll give you the link to where it's from, but it is really, really sturdy. I think this one's from JML and it's the Phoenix Copper Pro. And I got this as like a pack. So it came with like an ironing board cover. There's an attachment that you can put on this. It came with like laundry balls that you can put in your tumble dryer that just keeps them super, super soft. Like, so when you pull your laundry out, you're like, oh my god, it feels like my clothes have turned into silk and like, you know, a yarn's been spun by Sleeping Beauty while she was in the tower using the spinning wheel. So today I'm going to be doing that with you guys. I've got some stuff here that I wanted to show you before I began actually doing the actual laundry process. So the things that I have are, I call them my laundry lifesavers. Now, they're DIY laundry lifesavers. I'm going to be adding a free printable onto my pin. So if you haven't gone over to my Pinterest, I am a pin mum, if ever there was one. I pin everything. So I'm going to be pinning like a tutorial on there that you can print out. So if you want to, you don't have to, but if you wanted to, you can print it off and you can see easily the things that I use for my laundry routine, and that will be called the DIY Laundry Lifesavers. So the first thing, I have spoken to you guys about this before, is my DIY laundry sheets. So these are just ones that I make myself. You can pop them in your tumble dryer and they last so much longer than actually the laundry sheets that you buy in the stores, like the tumble dryer sheets. I just think they're so expensive, and I do like a blue Flavour fabric softener. We all know this, we've seen it before in my other vlogs. I just like the blue Flavour things. So for this, it's ideal for me because I can then make it up and I know that my clothes, they always smell like the blue Flavour. So you're going to need some of that. You guys might prefer a different flavour, that's fine, just use whatever works for you. So I grabbed that, and then what I have is jars. I've spoken before about these, they're candle jars. So if you've got candle jars, that is amazing, Grace. And you can fill them up with the fabric softener, fill it kind of halfway, and then the rest with water. If you don't have candle jars to clean out because you don't buy candles or you just can't be bothered, like, and that's fine too, like everyone's super busy these days, so if you're just like, it's too much of a headache, Hayley, I just would rather buy them, then you can do that also. And I buy these ones. These are just jars that you can seal at the top, and in here is just literally baby wipes, my fabric softener, and then water filled up halfway. So a 50 tip for if you're making these is, if you really, really don't want to buy fabric softener, you can go online and hunt down all the different fabric softener companies and contact them, and most of them, if you ask nicely, give them some charm and they'll send you a free sample. And all you need to do is just pop that free sample into one of your jars with just some baby wipes and then fill it with water, and that will last you, depending on how frivolous you are with the dryer sheets, it should last you from anything between maybe a couple of months up to 6 months. It just depends, but you can keep filling the jar up and it's just so much more cheaper. So that's my first DIY laundry lifesaver. Again, I will add these onto my pin, so don't worry if it's getting confusing. The next one that I make is this candle jar contains the Flora, just a capful, and then the rest of it's water, and then it's literally just a clean dishcloth. Now, the reason I do this is I'm going to be showing you later on in this video, so keep watching. I clean the lint tray out with this solution. It just makes the lint tray smell nice, and you should really be wiping it down in between using your tumble dryer, just to make sure that you don't end up breaking it, and you need to make sure that you're cleaning out the lint tray, you know, often. So every time you take out a load of laundry, just make sure you take out all of the lint, give it a wipe down with your cloth, and at the same time, you can also wipe down the dryer or any surrounding areas, and you've got the Flora, which is a disinfectant, immersed within the cloth. So you don't have to just keep going downstairs to your kitchen, wringing out a cloth, coming back upstairs, because my tumble dryer's upstairs, which, if you watch my vlogs, you would have seen my room makeover in here. This is where my dryer is situated. So moving on from that, another thing that I have as my DIY laundry lifesaver is a lint jar. So every time I empty out my tumble dryer, I pop the lint in here because I don't really want a bin in this room, and I just feel like if it's not contained, lint is it is a bit of a swine, because it's like fibres. They just seem to fly everywhere, and you're like, you know, batting your eyelashes like a camel because you've got lint flying into your eyes and you feel like you're in a desert or something. So I like to store them in here. And also, for any of you out there that are hobby mums, this is really handy stuff for a multitude of things, lint. So you can use it as like fire starters, so like in the summer seasons, you know, for barbecues and stuff. It's really good for that. If you've got children, you can also make, or if you haven't got children and you're into crafts, you can make like paper mache stuff, and this actually works a lot better than newspaper because it's more kind of moldable. So this is really good for kind of like craft projects, school projects, so it is quite handy to keep a hold of the lint. But if you don't want to, just make sure you've got something to secure it so that when you take it to your dustbin, you can just empty it out and it's not going to be flying all over your house and getting into your eyelashes. So those are my DIY laundry lifesavers, and they, like I said earlier, they are going to be up on Pinterest, so do take a look at those, download it, and you can place it in your laundry area, or you can place it in a desk, wherever you choose to, or you can just pin it to your pin boards. I'm going to get on now and show you what I do in terms of my laundry routine. So let's get going. So the first thing I do when I'm doing my laundry routine is I obviously set up my apparatus in the laundry area because it's close to the tumble dryer, so it's just for the sake of it being easy. I get my solution, which I've spoken to you guys about before. It's just a fabric spray, and it is my fabric softener in a spray bottle with some water. Now, once this is all set up, I can obviously crack on with the ironing. The one thing that I really do stand by when it comes to ironing is invest in a good ironing board. I cannot tell you how many times I've had one of these like really rickety ones and I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna fall on my foot. And before you know it, it is definitely about to collapse, like, and it's just frustrating. Like, this one is from Addis, and it is really sturdy, and it also looks quite modern and trendy, so I do quite like that. It kind of looks quite futuristic-y, like it could be in the movie iRobot. So I really like that about it, and it just is sturdy. I like the fact that I could probably, I mean, I'm not going to, but I could probably pop up on here and pretend that I'm on a surfboard because it is that sturdy. Okay, so now I'm going to get on with my ironing. I've told you the iron that I got, it is from JML, and it does come with these little balls and an extra ironing ball cover. I did go for this one because I have broken so many irons in my time, because I'm normally one for like, is it in my budget? I want something that's quite cheap because, you know, I have got 3 children to clothe and feed. And this one I found was kind of like in the middle area. I didn't feel like it was hugely expensive, but it has been holding up a lot better than my other irons, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I was fearful that my husband was like gonna move home, because the amount of his work shirts that I'm like, you know, a really terrible iron that costs like $14.99. I won't say what store it was from. It's like made like really bad marks all over your shirt, and it's like stuck when I put it on. And I know part of that is because of the heat, but the thing I love about this iron is I don't seem to have that problem. It's so much easier to iron the buttons because there's this little attachment here, and also there's a button that you can just press for the steam, so it will continually run the steam, and then you can switch the steam off. Whereas all of my other irons, I've had to be like, you know, getting iron thumb, because I'm like pushing down, and then I'm in the hospital like, I think the iron has broken my thumb. This is a real life problem. So that's why I like this iron. I'm going to pop some water in it so that I can steam this shirt and show you guys how it works. So I will do that now. This does get really steamy. Like Tina Turner, she would love it. She could literally shoot steamy windows again with this iron. Okay. So that is good to go. I've got my fabric softener spray. And let's get going on ironing these pesky shirts.
All night, bling, bling. 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 All night.
So as you can see here, this crinkled shirt has gone from this to this with the steam iron, and I think it's done a really good job. And I do love the fact that I can iron the buttons super easily. Okay, now we're going to move on to towels. Everyone that I've ever spoken to, well, almost everyone, has got an opinion on a towel. You fold it this way, no you don't, you fold it this way. But seeing as this is the Hayley's Help channel, I'm going to show you guys how I fold my towels once I've ironed them. So, what you want to do is start ironing your towel, just to make them nice and soft and take any creases out. This shouldn't take you long at all doing towels, because of the material, they don't tend to need much ironing. Like, you might have towels that don't need ironing at all. Okay, and once you've done one side of the towel, you're going to then fold this like so. And then grab the other side that you haven't ironed and just run the iron over that. And then you're going to fold the other side over. So you don't want this touching the edge of your towel, touching the other side, and you want the label to be at the bottom. Okay, now once you've done that, you're going to get where the label is and just fold it up to the centre, and then do the same again with the other side, but just overlap it slightly. So as you can see here, it's kind of overlapping it a bit. And then what you're going to do is just fold the towel once, and then again, and then you can store it away this way like that. So it's kind of like a little sandwich almost. And that is just the way that I fold my towels. So moving on to the drying of the clothes. This is my tumble dryer. I went with this one because it's a condenser one. So it needed to be in a room where obviously I don't have an outlet pipe because it's not in my kitchen. So this one really appealed to me. This is the Belling. I will add the link in the description box. But I really like this. Firstly, I love the fact that when you turn it on, it lights up inside, and I'm like, light up, light up. Leona Lewis sung that, if anyone wants to know. And it has loads of different drying settings, which are super, super handy. So you can click like the gentle, the anti-crease, you can pause it. It does the dry, it's like a drying, then an ironing, normal airing. You've got a delay and you can set a timer on it. And I really do like all of those features on this particular model. So that is why it appealed to me. You do have to empty this out quite often. This is where all of the water goes from your clothes that have been drying. But it is just super duper easy. You can just tip it down the bath or the sink and you can get rid of it super easy. So I actually find this more convenient, if I'm honest with you, than my dryers that weren't a condenser one. So in terms of using the actual tumble dryer, what I tend to do is, like I said earlier, before I put any load in, I will make sure that I've cleaned it down from the load before. Not because it's dirty in any way, because of course you've got clean clothes that are going in there, but it's just really important that you maintain your tumble dryers just so that they have a longer lifespan. So this is my filter here. It's not overly full, but what you need to do is just scrape all of the lint out within it. Like so. And then, like I said earlier, I have a jar that I can then place that lint in. If there's lint around the door, you can go ahead and gather that up as well. And then just pop it in your lint jar, and that just secures it so that it's not going to fly all around your house. And if you want to throw it in the bin, you can just take the jar down, tip it in the bin. If you want to keep it for crafts or whatever you're using it for, then that is cool too. So then we move on to my solution of Flavour and just a clean cloth. So once you've got the lint out of the filter, just take your cloth out. This is already soaked in the Flavour, and just wring it out, and then you can just go ahead with that and just wipe over any kind of excess lint that you find lying around. You can wipe over the door, the inside to get out the lint there. This is just a really handy way. Rather than keep filling up a bucket, you don't need to, because it literally is just fabric. That's all lint is. It's just pieces of fabric that have actually come off the fibres on your clothes. And then just give the actual lint tray itself just a wipe through. There we go. And then that can be just popped back in. Pop your cloth back in your solution, put the lid back on, and then put it back on your side. Now you can go ahead and put your washing in your dryer. And for this, I'm going to be using these balls that make them feel, the clothes feel softer and speed up the drying time, as well as my homemade fabric conditioner baby wipes. So just squeeze them out so they're not soaking wet. But here I've got 2 of these, and once they come out, I just put them back in the jar again. So you don't need to keep buying new baby wipes. You can if you want, but it just, to me, is just, I think, a waste of money. Like, they're fine, they're going to dry with the washing, but they will also make it smell nice, so they can go in too. And then we can turn the machine on. because I've not got many clothes in there, I'm literally just going to put this on a 20-minute cycle. So in 20 minutes, my clothes will be dry. And I can then get on with ironing them. Thanks for watching my vlog today, guys. I have left my tumble dryer running because it is deceptively silent, so that's another good thing. I really have enjoyed making this vlog today, and I really hope that you guys will head over to my social medias, use the hashtag Hayley's Help, and show me your different laundry routines. So if it's towel folding, show us. If you've got a different potion that you make, show us, because we love watching them and seeing them and joining in our little family. I'll see you all again next time. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you like this video, click the like, and I will add all the descriptions of the stuff that I've used in today's vlog in the description box below. Bye guys.